lenses. Let me put the camera so you can see what I can see. So again, everyone will say, why is the reel going so fast? One is I'm doing nearly 7K, and two, it's the frame rate hertz of the camera on the phone compared to the reel, so it always looks like it's going fast. So you can see it's quite dusty. You can nearly have too many lights on, perhaps, because it's reflecting the dust. But it's just going in one direction. It's bad. This field, the headlands weren't the best, but it's sheltered by trees as well. But more than anything, I think the trees have been stealing the moisture. But you can see, because I can't. I'm just relying on the GPS as to where to go next. The dust should clear in a second as we turn. There we go. Let's set back in again now. There we go. So Stam's still here on the MX100. No, he doesn't. He's got a John Deere now. So, literally just finished today's video. Perfect timing. Yeah, today's video is already live. What do you think of your t-shirt anyway? Look at this. So these like I decided to do like a budget kind of like high-vis, but not like ridiculously high-vis, but just obviously really good farm wear, because you can be seen, but it doesn't look like your work on the railways. So it's not got the stripes on, the reflective stripes and stuff, but obviously it's got good vision to be seen in. So yeah, the guy with the dusty family should wear that top, definitely. Yeah, Everton are winning. All right, got to go there tomorrow, but probably go Thursday. Yeah, live with blue lights in the fog. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's funny that though, because like the rally cars used to have like incredible lights on them, even when they were in the fog. I think it's just your eye actually gets used to just not seeing the white. But yeah, used to have like huge light pods on the front of the rally cars, and I don't think they really ever turned them off. Agri only fans could do. So you would not believe how many people click that link on Instagram today. So I had a bit of a joke saying that I'd started an OnlyFans, and you could click the link and it took them to a picture of a load of fans, which I thought was quite funny. So yeah, these tops, we've got like a limited number because we basically ordered quite a lot, but we obviously, the lads are all going to have a few each in each size, because you know you need more than one, otherwise you've got nothing to wear while they're in a wash. There's a dust going past now. Right, so we finished the top of the field now, so we're going to go down to the bottom of the field. 198 people watching, that's pretty decent number considering I've only been live for 3 minutes. Only 52 likes though, so I'm disappointed in all of you. Unless you're watching on your TV. Who's watching on a tablet or a phone, and who's watching on TV? What is your size, Richard? Where are we now? Found out what that light wasn't working up there as well. The wires were the wrong way around. Someone's watching a PC. Just arrived. Light. Thank you. How many hours do you do? Loads at the moment. Harry's Garage. Oh, he's finished this week. Good job. To be honest, if we'll finish tomorrow, apart from my second crop of barley, which I'm not going to count, I've got some mustard that we're going to go for cover crop seed, and Bill's got some Phacelia as well. So if anyone is into cars, check out Harry's Garage, or if anyone is into farming like this channel, check out Harry's Farm as well. Harry's got some really nice cars. Oh, I had a bit of good news today as well. My new Range Rover Sport that I ordered in February, I might see now in the end of September. So, as you know, I sold the other one before the price dropped because the new model was coming out, and I've just had the Yaris since May. So, the Yaris and the buggy, which, to be honest, has been quite handy, really. How much harder is it to combine at night? I don't like doing headlands at night because if you imagine you've got the dust cloud that we had before and you get branches and rubbish and different things. Someone wants to dip farm and buy some hoodies. Yeah, if you do come in office hours because then Ian's there to sort it out because Ian does the all that kind of stuff. You can see a torchlight lurking there. I presume that's my dad, is it? Don't know. No, it's my mum. So, glad she's got a torch with her because she's not wearing one of these high-vis as I am. So I'll watch on the phone. Max is a big Fent fan. Hi, Max. Watch on iPad, watch on my phone. Thanks, Tracy. I met loads of children at the tractable, so I'm not just sure who your son was. Live chat don't work on tablet. Oh, someone's had a tyre blow out on a vintage tractor. Not good. We've got a flat tyre on the 1455. We're going to blow that up and bring it back tomorrow. Oh, someone told me as well that a 1455, if you put a big fuel pump on it, you can get 360 horsepower out of that engine. It's only 145 horsepower. I do think the cheapest thing to do, though, is buy a Xerion and put nitrous oxide injection on it. This is where we had that pile of muck tips. Are you harvesting coal dust? Probably worth quite a bit. Coal at the moment, if it's anything like oil. Wheat's gone up a little bit today, but still nothing compared to the fertiliser price and the fuel costs. Right. So in the long runs now, let's see. I want to turn down this next one. I can see on the GPS, you see where it needs to be. Have you sold next year's harvest? Not much of it now. The best is send an email to the email address on the website because Ian picked that up and trying to arrange a time. Harry said he's only down to 7% on his Range Rover. We need to hurry up. Not got much left. So this is the drill trial. So this is where we set the Claydon drill up. And it's not very good, but that is not the drill's fault because some of the beans have been really good drilled by the Claydon, but this is where we were setting it up. But what I will say is I could not see any difference where we direct drilled with the horse straight into the stubble last year, these spring beans, and where we direct drilled after we'd sumoed it because we loosened the tram lines, the wheel marks from the muck spreader. So I'll see if I can see on the yield map. But yeah, this is a very good dispatch here. But we've had good crops of beans following the horse and the Claydon this year. Obviously, the horse is cheaper to run because it doesn't take anywhere near as much pulling. So if you're still on Harry and your battery's not gone flat, I'm heading to the Cotswolds at near the end of September to look at the new Valtra is getting launched in Cheltenham. So me and Charlotte are going to stay. I think it's someone upper Slaughter, lower Slaughter way, and on a farm that way on, I think it is, and then go to the Valtra launch on a Tuesday. They're bringing out a new range of Valtras. I think they're like a bit like the 728 that was launched the other day. They're that kind of size tractor, like high horsepower 6 cylinders, but in small frame sizing. Oh, beacons to come on. Why don't I go into dairy? I'm not a massive cow fan, although I really want the muck. I could do with someone next door going into dairy and doing a deal with the muck and the straw. what's going in after the beans. The beans are a break crop. They fix nitrogen, so we always follow beans with winter wheat. The moisture is, it says 22, but that must be a stupid sample because it's been 15.5 all day. %. I'll send you a message about your visitors as ever. Thanks, Harry. I think, you can get chargers, or if you're not paid the electric bill. I've got this wireless battery pack here. I'll show you. So it's like a wireless battery pack charger that's really good. If you can see, let me turn the light on. Where's the light? Hold on, I'm struggling here. See that? It's dead good for it's dead good for charging your phone while it's in your pocket, and even my AirPods. Ooh, what are we doing? There we go. Turn that off. This is where I went around the pond, so it's a bit of a funny shape. This is where, again, when we were setting the claim up. And then if we go a little bit further down the field, this is where it was actually working okay. GPS there, so you can the bleep when I turn it on. Yeah, quite pleased with the t-shirt. It matches the real look. You know, though, we couldn't get them in cotton, so they're like a blend, because there's only a certain kind of material that you can get made in this really bright colour. It can't cling and last enough washes in a cotton fabric. But it feels a little bit like a football shirt. It's quite a light synthetic fabric. Someone's clapping or something. The case went to so sadly the case has gone back. Even my mum was actually sad to see it go, which just surprised me because my mum normally goes mad when I buy tractors. So I get them if I'd have bought that one, she wouldn't have gone mad. And they're working out a price, I think, as well for that baler. But I have got a massively competitive price on swapping the quadrant for another quadrant. So we'll just have to see what they come back with. And the backup out of class is amazing. Like that switch up there went funny before and caused a fuse to blow down there. And I rang them and they knew exactly what it was off the fault code. And they're just like, look, we're in the yard, we'll just come straight to you. But, you can't fault them. So we just ate our dinner while we were waiting. Unfortunately, we would have actually finished by now, but it doesn't matter. It's been a good day and the weather's been fine. I'm a brilliant fast reader. I know I'm not too bad at reading considering I'm dyslexic. It's like when I go on holiday, I buy a book. And normally a Clarkson one, to be honest. And I try to read it in 2 days, like 2 afternoons, because I'm impatient, so I don't like not, like, I don't know. Like I say, I'm impatient, so I just want to get through it. I'm cutting down the combine, say 99% moisture, so there's either something wrong or it's broken. So this is back to 16.1 moisture, but I think that's down a little bit, you see, on moisture. Sorry, that's reading a percent high. I've never calibrated it this year. Perhaps should have done, but it doesn't matter. We put everything over a weighbridge anyway, and we sample every load so that we know exactly what we've got in the shed and what to sell. I can see us having to wet some of the stuff we sell this year anyway to make sure we get the maximum price for it. No impersonating tonight now. Is this the last field you're cutting this year? It's the last field of beans. We've got a block of 70 acres-ish of spring barley that we're going to cut tomorrow. It's on some real poor ground that we drained and then we couldn't get it in too early. So I'm not expecting any miracles out of that. And then I've got the mustard to cut. Don't know when that'll be ready. And a little bit of Phacelia, I think, for Bill, but we're not sure how to set the combine because the seeds are tiny. And I've obviously got my spring barley, my summer barley, which is looking really good. Who you reckon Ollie H is? Does that mean there's a bit? Oh, yeah. Someone on there, Ollie H. Talking about the moisture bridge is either an impersonator or there actually is somebody else called Ollie H. The summer barley looks great. We'll do an update of that. Probably not tomorrow, but maybe on Thursday we'll go and have a look at that. Dyslexic pick patent words only. Always the best. Sassy businessman. Yeah, Adam Henson's dyslexic. I told you that the other day, didn't I? So it's people that sort of they think a little bit different, and then obviously they seem to have good communication skills in other ways. 292 people watching. Thanks, everyone. Oh, we just lost 4. Maybe that was Harry because his battery went flat. Only 166 though likes. So obviously people are still watching on the TV. Means, yeah. Yeah, this is the bit again where we were messing with the drill setup. If anyone watched today's video, they'd see a huge stoner combined up, along with some saplings. So there's a pond, so we're just going to go around the pond. What have we got? We've just got a little bit left over here, I think. Oh, so there's Oliver Haynes is watching. We watched your Brimore School episode the other day. I went there a few years ago, had to see how it had changed. I'm an engineer, much rather be a farmer. Not a job. Brimore School was amazing, and I wish there was one near here. I mean, if I had the money, I'd open one, or if someone's got loads of money and wants to fund it, I've got some land and some buildings, and we could probably open another school. I think JCB should really in Staffordshire. They've got the land, they've got the buildings. Give a bit back, perhaps. Something relaxing, watching them combine reel in the dark. Yeah, it can be a bad thing when you're tired. So we're just going to cut that bump out there. That's why we're going in a funny angle. Sweep into that. Then we're going to square ourselves up. Hit the button. Now we're on that red line, if you can see it. There we go. So we're off now in a straight line. Yeah, the size of the beans could mean that they don't germinate well for seed. The sunflower seeds are really soft. If you watch today's video, you will see that I was actually cutting trees today with the combine. Someone said an IT technician have a job out of there. Right, so we finished this bit here. There's a wet bit that we didn't sow. Now, we've got a little triangle up there. Someone's in Aberdeen. How many acres to go? Not even an acre. 90% tank as well. We might struggle to fit this on the trailer. We'll fill the trailer once we finish stationary, I think. Cheers for answering again. I can't remember what I answered. Sorry, Matt. There we go. I really need someone to hold the phone for me when I'm doing this. I'll read it out. I think the best line I did was when Amanda was doing it for me. Amazed on Countryfile. Thank you. The only thing that annoyed me a little bit about Countryfile is I said most farms have some rented ground, some don't have rented ground and have owned ground, some have a mixture, some are completely tenanted. I said, but the average farm, are going to find it difficult. And they've missed the bit out about rented and owned farm. They just put the average farmer is going to find it difficult. And I thought it just made me look a little bit silly, just basically saying that unless you're at the top of your game, you're a crap farmer and you're going to go bankrupt. Why don't you get a phone holder? The problem is with phone holders stuck to the window is because I'm bouncing up and down the seat, you can't read it. You have to have it attached to you somehow. Joe Seals, what did you do with all the sauce when harvesting baked beans? that the real Joe or a fake Joe? Joe Seals for Prime Minister? Oh, the pipeline people, yeah, they've not come back to me yet. They're obviously sharpening the pencil. How many acres do a farm altogether? Again, one of the most asked questions. Ask Google. Yeah, the most asked questions on Google is, what's my net worth and am I married? Which is quite funny. Farm, depending on the season, between 12 and 1,400 acres, and we combine this year probably around 2,000. We lost 150 acres last year into building. So this is the last pass of beans. So I actually spoke to Countryfile today because I think they do want to do a follow-up with the summer barley. They might, obviously I don't know when I'll cut it, and it'd be really hard to arrange for them to be here. So it might end up being that I actually do the footage for them and send it to. So this is the last pass through where the midden was, so it's dead thin. Those lights look epic. UTV lights must be Ben. They do. I've got that one working. It got pulled out by a tree, and then when we plugged it in, the wire was going in the wrong way around. Right, so that's the beans finished now. So got a lump of soil on the header there. You can see it. Let me stop it so you can see better. Ooh, that's the wrong button. There you go. So that lump of soil down there. Whoa, that's really bad when you zoom in. So there's the 936 that's also fitted with UTV lights, but he's not got them turned on because it dazzled me when I'm doing it. Yes, do the footage, then we won't have to see Adam Henson. You see, Adam gets a bit of stick, but he's obviously getting paid by the BBC to be a presenter. And what happens is the researchers research what they want to talk about. And then they then say to him, this is what we're talking about today. Off you go. And he has to ask the questions that fit what they want the story to be about. So it's not his fault if the researchers ring the wrong people and then get a bum steer on the stories from the wrong people. He's just there to report what they've decided they want in the programme. So you only need to say to the people that decide what's going on in the programme, which must be the producers, or make sure that the researchers research properly, perhaps. I don't know. Are you near Hellwood? No, I'm in Tarbert. So it is sort of near Hellwood, but I'm not near Hellwood at the moment. So we're just filling this trailer up, as you can see. I don't like really loading over the easy sheet because you lose like 6 inches of vision. Becky, who came out as like directing on the day, she thought that the piece that they did here was the strongest bit of the programme. I thought it was a nice compliment. I thought the drone footage looked epic. There you go, the tank's empty now, not a lot left there. You see the steps into the pool. We're going to fit it in. Someone is in Indiana, it's miles away. Yeah, it'd be strange when we finish with halves and everything in August. Oh, Adam's put a new YouTube on today with me in it. Oh, he could have told me. Had to teach him which way to hold his phone. Countryfile is too scripted. Well, yeah, that's the thing, but hopefully now they seem pretty. They seem to like me at the moment, and they seem to be asking me lots of questions about different things. So hopefully, I can maybe help them with a bit of the content and make sure they get the right stuff in it, perhaps. But researchers, obviously, they've got a job to do, and if I'm not going to say they're lazy, but if someone's going to make the job easy by telling them a good story or something to do, then it's good for them, isn't it? You can leave a little bit of crop, only about 2 ton. Adam is far better on YouTube, though, right? Yeah, it is aimed at townies, yeah. But as long as they teach them about farming, really, Why is it saying unloading tank error? What's your favourite tractor on the farm? 724, because it's just so lovely to drive. Hi from Cork in Cornwall. Also has family. Neil has family in Widnes. He now lives in Orkneys. Planning for a new combination. Well, if I do a deal on a class baler, it would obviously be rude not to say, is there a deal to be done at the combine at the same time? I haven't got the side panel for the MB tray yet. No, it's something I need to sort out. I need to sort out the ignition switch because it's not starting. What's your daily driver? I think you mean car. At the moment, a Yaris, GR Yaris, and the buggy. Where did you buy the pedestal fans? Plug and Cool, I think they're called. I found them on the internet and they were the cheapest. Yeah, that's the bestest touch. Yeah, so the researchers research it, pitch it to the producer or the editor, and then they decide what they're going to go with. So if you can give them a sexy enough story, then you can obviously you can end up then with some good content. So we're just going over to the header trailer now. Now this is a nightmare to do on a live video because we did this once before, but we've now got the YouTuber lights on the fence, lighting up the header trailer perfectly. So it's just doing it with one hand to steer is a little bit awkward. So we're just going to line up the centre of the reel with the yellow bit on there. The best track to start in. Doesn't really matter as long as you know what you're doing. Alright, let's see. So if I shut down now, them lights down there should come on to show Rob, but then he'll take my header off for me. I think this is about dust and camo in there. I don't know what you mean. Adrian's just finished Spring Digestate. How far are you from Widnes? We'll be going through it tomorrow. Mile or so. Oh, you completely done harvesting now? No, we've got 70 acres of spring barley to cut tomorrow. Wow, there's 370 people watching. Did Rob see his hedge catching footage? Probably, yeah. I mean, I was guarding him out, to be honest, but he just couldn't quite fit. He only caught it by an inch, but it was the wire that pulled it. Right, so he's undid that. Now we've started it back up. Now, I need to flip the header to a different angle. But I can't do that yet because he's not booted up. Water bathing, pickles and tomatoes. Hi from South Africa. Do you think the track's play? We should have took the fast track actually and seen how it performed against it, like the 724. But since how the 724 wasn't there wasn't any point. Maybe. Right, we'll just adjust that now. Let's have a look. I don't know how to do this without. I need to like sort of prop you up a second. I'm gonna prop you up there. Or is it gonna fall over? Oh, you're falling over. Right there. Let me put you back in. I'll put you in there a second. You're gonna be on a bit of an angle, but I need to. You just have to turn your head a second. I need two hands because I need to operate the joystick and the steering wheel to line myself up to see exactly where I'm going. I'm trying to line up them red plates down there, which look to be about right. I'm going to lower it a little bit. I think I need to just twist it slightly. There we go. This. No, hold on. Go forwards a bit. Sorry, backwards a bit. That looks to be landing on there. That looks like it needs to move forward slightly. Oh no, it's not. It's rocking over. Ooh, wrong button. Right, I think we're in at that. Is it catching the latch? Oh yeah. Yeah. So for some reason, I'm 2 inches wrong. This is really difficult. I'm sorry to do. I couldn't do it. I need 2 hands basically. I mean, no matter how good your lights are, it's always awkward doing this in the dark because you get shadows. You need all-round vision. So I'll just show you now. We're on now. We've dropped that into that latch over there. We drop that in there, and if I just drop out now with that, hopefully the header should stay behind on the trailer, and the combine backs away, and then we latch it on with 2 pins. Hopefully Rob will do the pins now, and then if anyone comes to move it, yeah. So there you go, 265. No, only 400 people watching me take the header off. What's the black pipe for? The black pipe is electrics and hydraulics. So, 936 looking cool. Best looking tractor ever made, that. Sometimes taking the header off, you literally just drive up, first drop, you're talking like 10 to 15 seconds. Sometimes it's like a minute or 2 right then, and sometimes it's just a pig, but that's normally in the dog. Right, I'm going to fold this in. So we fold this step in there, that handrail, fold that round. There we go, and then we are off back to the yard. When I can find out how to hold my phone. What happens if I do that? Does that work? No. Holding my phone in my left hand, you really want to hold it where the buttons are. The buttons make it, it's the side, isn't it? You can do it. Anyway, it's not doing too bad. 728, I thought it was really good, and I actually think that it's not good for JCB because you can get a 60k Fendt now. So it's Fendt transmission, AGCO engine at 300 horsepower, which is something Fendt aren't doing yet. JCB aren't doing yet. They're only doing 240 horsepower Valtra Sisu engine, or AGCO power as they now call it. I know you get like 5 faster Ks in the fast track and complete all-round suspension. I think it's probably the only one that's actually legal at 60k, to be fair. But a 728 at 60k in that frame size with 300 horsepower will be a decent tractor. The stone didn't really do much damage at all. It broke two bars that are maybe a couple of quid each. Right, let me just put you in the older while I cross the road, just so no one says he's using his phone on the highway. And also, I just need to shunt a little bit because I don't want to hit that tree. So I need 2 hands. Right, let's clear the tree now. That's the gateway that Rob got the wire stuck around the header yesterday. There we go. So we're back in the yard. Don't know where Rob's running to, but he's left the trail and tracked to the other side of the road. Seeing it's working and all that means. Right, can I shut the lids? Yep. Just check before pulling the shed. I don't want to get the top off the combine. In fact, what fuel have we got in it? We have got 82%. Oh, that's fine for tomorrow. Cut. What we cut today, we've cut shed needs tidying. We've cut 25, 50, quite a bit. That's one quiet combine, I can't even think. Yeah, it is quiet when it's not thrashing and the beams aren't sprinkling the tank behind you. There you go. Back in the shed now. There's some carpet hanging from the roof. So years ago we had a do and we had some carpet down in the marquee and we took it up and we hung in the roof. Thought that'd be handy for the next time we have a do. It's been there for 20 odd years now. What Sam's saying, I recognise him from somewhere, I can't think where. Maudsley. Someone has to start school tomorrow for the first time. Oh, the school's back tomorrow. Elliot's there, who does the GPS, ERH services. No, before I forget, I've not sorted that aerial out. So, yeah. Anyway, there's 444 people watching, and I'm back at the yard. I'm going to go and get something to eat, so that's not particularly interesting for you all to watch. But you can go and watch today's video, and you can go and watch the real Countryfile as well on the other channel if you wanted to. Your own show and gathering will be well attended. Yeah, possibly. Yeah, we should do something, shouldn't we? So yeah, I'll stay on for another 2 minutes. Has anyone got any really interesting questions before I hang up? Silence. All those messages disappear. Does anybody work on the? It's like 5 o'clock and we forget. I don't even know what time it is. It's only 20 past 9. That's not so bad. Would I get a field marshal series? To be honest, right, tractors without cabs don't interest me at all. It's not my generation. I think the next classic is either going to have to be a quad track or a Xerion. I feel like pulling with a quad track's cheating now. So a Xerion would be better. Unless you had a quad track that you use as the sledge. It's good, isn't it? Ellen says she likes the shirts. Whereabouts is your farm? Near Liverpool. Fave tractor at the moment. Probably the 724 or the Fen. Will you be changing the baler? Yes. Or should I just start chopping straw? Would you get a Unimog? If I could afford? Yeah. What about an 8RX? 2 new, aren't they? Do you tweet under a persuader when folk misquote you? No, not really. Why are you talking about your job's prize? The funny thing is, right, I got asked to go on a program where you can, for interview about doing a program for a bit like The Apprentice for the next Prime Minister, and I think they just wanted people that were going to argue and look silly on the camera. So yeah, but that was something that was happening. Where's the Rob there with the basket? What he's doing with that. So, right, I'm going to go anyway. You spray the beans for not this year, no. What's your pet hate about farming? The weather. Ever work with children and animals? And Mother Nature can be a cow. Yeah, the Xerion at the Christmas one was mint. Must be spraying lime and that's it. Right, I'm off. So see you later. 40 minutes. Wow. See you in a bit.